From Afghanistan, we're shifting west to Iran. It's in the headlines again, not for its nuclear program for a change, but something as controversial: capital punishment. A new report says Iran executed more than 300 people in the last year, 300 people in 2021, 300 death penalties in a year. What were they for? The crimes are debatable. Some were executed for blasphemy, some over drug consumption, some for their sexual orientation. Here's a report on the execution capital of the world.
The Islamic Republic of Iran has long been and remains a leading executioner. It executes more people per capita than any other country. Child offenders, religious dissidents, drug consumers, homosexuals. If caught and found guilty, they all meet the same fate. They are all put to death. In 2018, Iran carried out 253 executions. In 2019, it executed 225 people. In 2020, 267 people were executed. And last year, the figure jumped to an all-time high. At least 333 people were put to death. This marks a 25% surge in executions, and it coincides with the rise of Ebrahim Raisi, a hardline cleric who was elected president last year. The Norway-based Iran human rights body says Raisi's stringent policies are driving more executions, especially for drug-related offences. Out of the 333 executions, at least 126 were over drug-related charges. Only 55 executions were officially announced. The remaining 278 were carried out discreetly. 2 of those executed were juvenile offenders, and 17 of them were women. Among the women executed were Zahra Esmaili and Mariam Karimi. Their crime was murdering their abusive husbands. The report says Zahra died of a heart attack prior to execution. The report also expresses alarm over the executions of ethnic minorities, especially the Balochis. They accounted for 21% of those executed, although they represent only 2 to 6% of Iran's population. If we speak of child offenders, only 2 were executed last year, but there are 85 juveniles currently on death row, many of them for crimes they did not commit. The report says these figures are just the tip of the iceberg. The actual number of executions is likely higher, but given the state's secrecy over capital punishment, the world may never really know the full scale of executions. There is also very little they can do about it. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.